Well, hello, farming friends, and welcome back to another edition of Farming Simulator 2015 with me, your old buddy, Mr. Moose. And today we are back on Manchester. It is day 6 here on the farm, just after, 6:50 in the morning. We just finished up our harvest of soybeans, and I'm sure we didn't do too good with them. Because we were pretty low on our PK, and that kind of messes with your yield. So, let's see what we actually ended up with. Soybeans. We ended up with 104,000. That's not a very, I don't think that's a very good yield. So we're going to have to do better than that. But 104,000 is what we got. And, but that's going to be a good chunk of change for us. So we'll sell those off in just a little bit and make some money, because we've got to start putting some money into the coffers. So anyways, today we're going to harvest what little corn that we have, because it's definitely not going to yield out. So anyways, that's the plan today, and then we'll probably start a little bit of plowing and everything to start getting the fields flipped. Anywho, so big news today, we have reached 2,000 subscribers. Dun dun dun! I'm forgetting what I'm doing. Thank you guys. I'll tell you what, that means the world to me. And I will say this, it does not go unappreciated. In light of the fact that we reached 2,000 subscribers today, I'm giving you all a gift. You're all going to receive a complimentary version of Fishing Planet. You can download it today beginning at 2 o'clock Central Standard Time on Steam. See, I'm such a giving guy. Kind of excited for that thing to go live today, so I can start grinding through XP all over again. But anyways, yeah, 2,000 subscribers. Y'all, thank you so much. When I first started doing this channel, I started out doing it just to show a buddy my big country and what I had done to modify it a little bit. And people started watching the videos, and soon it became, you know, something where I had 50 subscribers, then 100 subscribers, and after a while it was like, wow, maybe people like these videos. So it's an honor to have you guys here, and you keep me going on this, so appreciate it. And hopefully I'll continue to put out some videos, and you'll hopefully learn a little bit here and there from me, and my mistakes will hopefully help your game be a little bit better. So anyways, enough of the fluff. Let's get to doing some harvesting. So we went ahead and I got the big corn header for this thing, because yeah, I'm going for ridiculousness on this. And let's get some harvesting done. I don't expect much from this field, but anyways. So I was reading in the soil management stuff again, because I'm constantly going back and referencing all the data and everything on it. PK really has even though it's such a small little number, if you're off on PK, it really does affect you. If your PK level is at 1, you only get 10% on your 10% modifier on your field, so that really hurts you. I didn't realize that. We really got to get better at this. So anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and cut a lane over here, and probably just manually chase this thing today, because I don't think the harvest is going to be that good, and I don't see a reason to throw the old horseplay into it. But yeah. So we'll get this harvested. We'll see how bad it turned out. I mean, it can't be too good. And if we had cattle, we'd just turn this into cattle feed, because it's not going to be too great. So anybody know how you can tell if your corn is actually ripe in real life? So I don't know if y'all know how corn works. When you get ears on your actual corn stalk, they put out silk. And the silk is like the female part of the corn. Each kernel of corn has a silk hair that is attached to it. And the top part of the corn, or the tassels, is the male part of the corn. And so when the silk comes out and the tassels get full, the pollen from the tassels falls down, fertilizes the silk, that is carried to the corn kernel and starts the corn kernel growing. And so the way you know when your corn is actually good to go, you look at your silks that are coming out the top of the corn, and when they're all like brown, rotten looking, you'll know that all of your corn kernels have been successfully germinated and are ready to yield out corn for you. And that's the reason why, if you have like a corn kernel, or if you get an ear of corn and you ever open it up and there's like places where there's corn kernels missing, that's because it was picked before all of the silk turned brown. Like, it still had some green silk on it. But if it doesn't have any green silk, all the kernels are actually good to go, and you can harvest your corn. So there's my little farming note of the day for you. I was out in the field earlier this morning at about 5:30, walking through my corn and looking at it to see where it was at. And it's getting there. It still needs a little more time, but it's getting pretty darn close. My neighbors, the Kerpinskis, they're already harvesting theirs. They did all Silver King this year, it looks like. So they are busy out doing corn today. But they have a big operation. It's a big, huge family operation. They do a lot. Alright, so we shall roll on here. But yeah, it's getting about harvest time for a lot of people in my area. Harvest time, and some people are on certain crops, they're on second and third plantings or second plantings. I'm on my second planting for beans right now. Working them. And I'll be getting ready soon to do my first planting of greens. Just a few more weeks. And I will flip one of my fields to greens to start getting them to grow. Now, the only problem with growing greens here is we never get that real good bitter cold. And if you're a fan of greens, especially turnips, they never really get, the sugars in them never really get good until you get that first good hard cold, and we'd never get that here. So mine are a little on the off side. They're not as good as what I used to grow when I lived in Tennessee. I lived in Tennessee for a bit. As I told you, I was in the music industry for a little bit, and had a little backyard garden there, and I could grow some amazing greens. Alright, so we're up to 97, 98. Let's put out the pipe, grab our chase tractor, and head on across the field. Not doing too terribly bad. I'm tempted to come back and plant this field right back in corn again. Fertilize it, start all over again. Note how much corn that we did on this particular harvest, and see what we got down the road. Which, speaking of which, just for reference, we have 8,800 liters of corn, so we know where we're at, which is basically our start off that we got. And we had no soybeans when we started, so we know that the numbers that we have on soybeans are legit. Alright, cool. So that is that. Alright, I am going to go ahead and automate this guy. I didn't think I was going to, but so I'm not driving over there and dumping it all the time. Maybe not. Let's just do it all ourselves. Let's just do it ourselves. It don't take but a couple of minutes to do it. Save ourselves a little money. So we'll do today's video here on Manchester, and we'll probably do tomorrow's on Manchester as well. And then we will take a 2-day break, go over to Colborough and work there, just to mix it up and keep it a little bit different for you guys. But I am really enjoying Manchester. If you haven't played it and your computer will run it right, I would definitely recommend this map. It is it's a lot of fun. So anyways, so I just kind of gauged through some of the comments this morning to see what people were saying, to see if there was anything that really needed to be addressed in the video, and there's not much. Mostly it's like, great videos, thanks for watching, all that, or you know, thanks for doing them, and blah blah blah, and don't get me wrong, when I say blah blah blah, I just mean, you know, yada yada yada. But I didn't see anything that really stood out, other than there was just you know, different suggestion things. I've gotten it a couple of times now about the Fruit Designer mod. I have that mod. I haven't really jumped into it or had the desire to jump into it. I like me some fruit trees, and I like the greenhouses and everything. But I'm not really sure I'm ready to get completely sidetracked by all the things like yogurt factories and vodka factories and things of that nature. I mean, I like those mods, don't get me wrong. I think they're cool and they have a place definitely in the game, and but I really get into the agricultural side of it. I like the agriculture. Um, and I'm just now getting interested in forestry because I've got the joysticks. But for me, it's the planting and the harvesting is fun. The soul mod makes it that much more. The next mod I'm going to put in is going to be the far silo extension, which will force me to do potatoes, and learn how to use it. Because, you know, as I evolve and tackle some more of these different mods, then we put them all together and we make one really killer thing at the very end. So that's sort of where I'm at with it. I've got it, I've downloaded, I looked at it. Originally I got it specifically because of the grapes, but then Mr. Rosenthaler added grapes into his apple mod extension, and I just kind of lost interest in it because, again, I don't really want to do the yogurt and stuff, or hadn't had that desire to do all that stuff. So, but it has been addressed multiple times in the forums, so I thought I would at least speak to that. That's not to say I won't do it. North Brabant would be where I want to do it. Now that I have that map licked and beat, and really have lost my to go back to it and work on it anymore, that might be where we go in and venture into that whole thing. And maybe that's something that, you know, we don't do a whole series where it's a couple of days a week or whatever, but we do, like, maybe that's alternating between forestry and that. But it's certainly something that eventually I will get into. It's just not dry. It's just not my passion right now. So, but I thought I would address that. So you think I'm not paying attention to what you're saying? Whoa! I just messed that up. Just took out a big chunk of that corn. Alright, so and I forgot to put my pipe out. But we can park this guy right here. I think that's the right spot. Jump into here, put the pipe out. Yeah, I was a little critical of those J&M trailers when I first saw them, but I kind of like them. They're growing on me. I think I don't know. One thing that is kind of off on them is the capacity on it. When you have that tractor, or that trailer, the size it is, and it holds like 25,000 liters, and then you've got, you know, one of the Flegel trailers that's twice the size of it that holds just a little bit more. That kind of is the only thing, is the scale wise on them, they seem, for the capacity on them, they seem a little bit small, but they get the job done. It's something different than using the same trailers week after week in the game. So and I don't know what's going on. I am developing a major headache this morning. It's just come on in the last 15 minutes. So anyways. So yeah. What else was in there? Papa Rob is back. I saw him in the forums and said something about why didn't I just double water this field and see exactly what it would do, and I kind of have been. I mean, all of this is sort of testing. The whole premise behind me not watering this field was just to not water it and see if it ended up being still 57% or if it actually did use moisture on that last growth day. There is a lot of conflicting information out there about this mod, and it's like the mod developer didn't write a full description of this mod and explain everything out in it. I think he did he's got a halfway decent write-up on FSUK, but there's things missing, like what is the moisture usage of each particular fruit as it pertains in the game. So what is the moisture usage of corn? Because according to other sources of information that I've read, wheat uses water and fertilizer different than corn, canola, barley does. So it's a little confused on some of it. So somebody could really go out there. There's a decent tutorial out there, but somebody could really go out there and do a full blown or a full blown up version of it and completely in depth to cover everything, and it would be greatly appreciated by everyone, because there's still conflicting information. I mean, even Castaway and I have talked about stuff, and he's got a really good grasp on it, but even some of the stuff that he's unsure on, some stuff, it seems like. So I left my pipe out that time. So it just doesn't seem like there's any definitive information out there. Maybe there is and I just haven't found it yet. Okay, this is turning out to yield more than I thought it was going to, so I am going to go ahead and put courseplay in and let it run, because me running this thing is not the best use of time. So let's go ahead and get this set up. Field 6 and activate 4-wheel drive. We're going to chase the one that's right next to us. Alright, so we're at 100%, so drive now, and it will go do its thing. Put my pipe in. We can get back inside here, we'll fire that up, and we'll keep on going. So we'll harvest our corn today and get that done. Tomorrow we will come in and plant some fields. It just depends how much more we get done harvesting this field today. If we get it completely harvested and we've got a little bit more time, we might start plowing some fields and getting them plowed. So one of the things we're going to end up with on this next planting is the weather variable. We're going to run into that. So something we're going to need to do with this field in this next planting is to give ourselves a little bit of cushion in case the rain is ridiculous. So what I may do is I may prep this field and get it ready to go, but not actually plant it for another day cycle. Might go do a couple other things and then come back and plant it. And the reason for that is if we look at the weather, you'll see that on Tuesday it's going to rain. If we plant today, that'll be on day 4, which is our final growth day. And if it rains and we get a whole lot of rain and it makes the field soggy, we'll have no time to adjust that rain when we get to the date for harvest. So what I'm thinking is we go ahead and fast track time and plant on either Sunday or Monday. Really, I was thinking Monday. If we fast track through time and then we plant on Monday, then we can have the first that rainfall happen on Tuesday. We'll have Wednesday and Thursday to dry out the field, and then we can harvest. So that's sort of what I'm thinking on that, is maybe plant Monday and then we'll harvest on Friday. So anyways, that's been my school of thought as I've been trying to think this through. Ooh. I hate missing corn. Hate missing anything. Why am I getting that glare? He's not right behind me. That's weird. I guess it's because he's over on the edge of me. The windshield glare off the headlights on that tractor drives me crazy. Alright, get in my right little row here and follow it. So we probably have some time to plant. I think we started, we've been running for about 30 minutes now. We probably got one more pass and we'll be done with this field. So yeah, we'll probably be able to do a little bit of plowing. Either that or I might keep this video short today, just so I can have a little extra bandwidth and do some Fishing Planet later on, or some LSPDFR. There's a new bait car mod out for LSPDFR I'd like to download and try. I have to be honest with y'all, I've been a little bit wrapped up in Fishing Planet the last couple of days, to where I haven't even played LSPDFR or GTA or any game for that point. There was a lot of little last minute testing in Fishing Planet that I got involved with and trying to help out with, and then just going back, since it was going to reset and some things got changed, I went through and went back to the lower levels and practiced on a bunch of the lower level lakes, so I knew where to fish and what to do when the game comes out today, so that my leveling experience wouldn't be quite as bad. So I think yesterday I ended up buying every single lure in the game and washing it on the Missouri Lake to see what I could use and what would actually catch the most fish in the shortest distance or shortest amount of time to get leveled. So I really haven't played any other video game except for it for the last few days. There's some I really wanted to do a video on California and Florida fishing. But again, the balance on that one of how much to show, because I don't want to showcase where I'm catching all the giant big lurker fish and giving that away to everybody, but at the same time make some interesting videos is a challenge. But I gotta tell you, when you get to Florida and you fish for the peacock bass, and you're pulling let's say you're pulling a spinnerbait or a spoon, you're pulling a spoon or a jig across the water, and you can see that fish coming up behind you because the water's so clear. You can see it coming up, and then you just kind of keep it right in front of him, and at the last second stop and let him just explode on that lure. It's really cool. They've done a really good job with that. So yeah, I would have loved to have gotten a little bit of more video on that, but I didn't, because I spent too much time trying to beat somebody else's record on largemouth bass, and I failed. But we were having fun, having a little game out of it. Alright, so last little bit of corn here. Get it all done. Yahtzee. Alright, so we'll fold this big guy up. I gotta figure out a place to store this head. Oh, switch to the right machine and it'll fold up there, buddy. Alright, so our corn harvest is done. And I still have corn in this. I guess he got full and had to go empty. So don't leave the field completely yet. So while we're waiting on that, let's cycle over to our cattle, see where we're at, make sure they've got plenty of food. Let's see. We got so much manure. We need to use some of that manure soon. So I might have to get a spreader. We can use it on this field. Though we really don't need any more nitrogen in this field. And that's the trouble when we plow this corn in. We're going to pick up nitrogen off of it. That's going to drive our nitrogen up higher. Hopefully, if we don't do any fertilizing to it and just put PK on the field, we should be able to get, in 4 days growth, we should be able to get that number down to about 5. So we should be okay. Cows, they got mixed rations. They're good. They're good on grass. Water, they're okay on. Need a little bit of straw. Good on manure. I wish the liquid manure would produce a little bit faster. Because I like doing slurry, you never have enough of it. Come on over, buddy. Don't sit there and be shy. So anyways, let's have a look at what we got. About 71,000. That's horrible for this size of a field. That is absolutely horrible. Alright, so we failed miserably on this field. We will have to replant in corn and see if we can take a stab at doing it better this next time. We'll have to do better than 71,000. Alright, so 728. Tell you what, I think we're going to keep this a short video today. Where to put this head at? I know exactly where I'm going to put it. So we'll put that right there. There we go. And then we just back up to it. I'm sorry about that. That'll work. Alright, and we need to tab over to this guy, turn off course play, and we can lose that, and we can head to the farm, go dump our trailer, and be done with it. I really need to wash all these vehicles. The windows are driving me nuts. That haze and everything. I hate the look of the vehicle without the dirt on it, but at the same time, all of the dirt on the vehicle gets a little bit old. Alright, so I guess that's going to wrap it up for today. I know it's a little bit of a short video. You guys are used to the hour-long ones. But I really don't want to start plowing because it does take a bit longer. I'd rather just keep it short today and then we can come back and do the come on, I suck at backing these dollies in. I have to think really about them. Alright, that's good enough. But anyways, we'll come back tomorrow and do our plowing. Like I said, we'll do tomorrow. We'll get those 2 fields ready to go, and then it'll be off to Colborough. So anyways, hope you guys enjoyed the video today. I know it's a little bit short, but we'll get back to normal videos tomorrow. And but anyways, don't forget today, if you haven't already, go out and get your copy of Fishing Planet. Compliments of me. Just kidding. But go out and get that today. Give it a shot and see what you guys think about it. I think it's going to be a very good game. I think a lot of people are going to enjoy it. Like I say, it's got its quirks, it's got its little problems being early access, but overall, it's going to be a good game. And if you played the Hunter and you think it's going to be, and you're comparing it to the Hunter, don't. Okay, forget everything you know about the Hunter and how it's a power-hungry money grab, and just give it a shot, because it is a lot of fun. If you enjoy fishing at all, you'll enjoy that game. So again, that's out today on Steam, beginning at 2 o'clock Central Time for me, and I believe it's 7 p.m. UTC. So alright, take it easy, guys. Hope you have a great day. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please do. Thanks again to all you folks for subscribing and getting us over the 2,000 mark. Now we shoot for 3 and on to 5, right? And again, as always, to that one guy that dislikes every one of my videos, thanks for watching, buddy. Appreciate your support. Alright, have a good day, everybody, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.